This is the reminder move for ATM lesson number 7, seeing the heels while lying on the stomach. Please lie on your back with both of your arms on either side of your body and gently scan yourself for the spaces in which your body lifts away from the floor and where your body presses down into the floor. Now once you have a good idea of what that feels like, the contact you have with the ground, maybe the spaces that you lift up away from the ground, please roll over onto your stomach. And if you'd spread your knees apart as wide as you can comfortably, easily, doesn't have to be super wide, maybe slightly wider than your shoulders. And then bring your arms up above the head on the ground so they're slightly bent at your elbows. Now look, if you got difficulty in your shoulders and your arms, then you got to put them in the place that's comfortable. Because if you put them up too high and it causes you pain the whole entire time, it does you absolutely no good. So put them in a place that's easy. Even if that means they're out at your side, put them in a place that they're comfortable. Now, lift your head and your right hand, elbow, wrist, and arm from the floor. And follow your hand with your eyes as your hand lifts up away from the floor. So that means that your shoulder girdle lifts up off the ground, your right shoulder lifts up off the ground, and you look slightly backward with your hand, and then let that come down easy. And then again, lift, follow with your eyes, so your arm and hand raises up off of the floor, and then come down and rest. Now after doing this a few times, just rest on your stomach. If you need to turn your head the opposite direction, that's fine. If you need to have your arms by your side to rest, that's okay. And then bring your arms back up and turn your head to the left. And again, begin to lift your left hand, your left wrist, your left elbow, your left shoulder off of the floor and follow it with your eyes. And as you do that, pay attention to the difference between your right and your left side, because in everybody there's a difference in the feeling in which that moves. And then let that come down and lift. And then rest on your stomach. And again, if you need to put your arms in a more comfortable place, that's fine. If you need to turn your head the opposite direction, that's okay. Now, go back to turn your head to the right side so you can look at your right hand again, and then begin to lift your right hand, arm, wrist, elbow, and then let it come down. And then turn to the other side, lift your left arm, elbow, wrist, hand, and then let that come down. And keep going side to side, so right, left, and make the transition from one hand to the other as smooth and as clean as you can. So you don't stop clunk on your stomach, but change sides in one fluid movement. So you're rolling through your nice soft chest, and then come back up. And down and roll through your soft chest and then back up. And then leave this alone, lie on your back and rest. Now return back over to your stomach and spread your hands and your legs again. And again, lift your right hand and your head, so you're going to turn your head to the right to look at your right hand. Keep it up in the air, and then lift your left leg from the floor and remain with everything lifted. And begin to rock your body in the direction of your right hand and your left leg. So forwards, kind of in a diagonal pattern to your right shoulder, and then back over to your left leg and knee. Now turn your head towards your right hand so you can lift it higher. And then as you come down to the ground, turn your head to the left to look towards your left foot as you lower your hand, and your left leg will lift higher. So you're using your head as kind of a counterbalance. And then leave this and rest in your stomach. Now do the same thing with your left hand, your shoulders, and your head. So lift your left arm, turn your head to the left, and lift your right leg, and begin to rock your torso back and forth towards your left armpit and your right hip. Back and forth, nice and easy, in that diagonal pattern. So going through your chest to your armpit, and then back through your chest, stomach, ribs to your right hip. And then leave this and rest on your stomach for a moment. Now lift all four of your extremities, so your arms, both of your arms, your right arm and your left arm, lift your right leg and your left leg from the floor, lift your head up from the floor, and do the same thing. So move once to your right armpit, and then down over to your left leg, and then once to your left armpit, and then down over to your right leg. And then leave this alone, lie on your back and rest. Now again, turn over onto your stomach and bring the soles of your feet together into the air by spreading your knees apart. And put the palms of your hands on either side of your chest, so as if you're going to do a push-up. Now stay in this position, lift your head high, and begin to lift your right knee from the floor and turn your head to the left to try and catch the heels out of the corner of your eye, and then let your knee come down. So lifting your left knee, turning over your left shoulder, and then coming back down. And then stay on your stomach to rest. And then again, both hands on either side of your chest, elbows in the air as if you're going to do a push-up. Lean the soles of your feet towards each other, touching each other. Lift your head up from the floor, and then begin to lift your left knee from the floor and turn your shoulders and your head to the right so you can see the heels of your 2 feet. And then begin to go one direction and then the other, from side to side. And then leave this alone and let yourself rest. Now, roll over onto your back, lean the soles of your feet together, interlace your fingers, and then hold both of your feet with both of your hands. Now stay in this position and use your hands and your arms to raise your legs up towards the ceiling. And then lift your head as if you're going to bring your head in between both of your arms, and then lower it down and repeat. So your legs come down, your arms bend, your head comes back down to rest, and then you begin to straighten your legs out, lengthen your arms from the shoulder, and bring your head in between your arms. And then leave this alone and let yourself rest. Now again, turn over onto your stomach, spread your knees apart, bend your knees, lean the soles of your feet against one another. Put your hands down next to your chest, lift your head, and begin looking at your heels from side to side. And just notice if that's different. And then again, turn over onto your back, lean the soles of your feet against one another as you did before. Only this time, with your right hand, catch onto your left foot. and have your left palm next to your side of your body. And begin to lift your left leg up into the air and then bring it back down. So your head comes up, your leg lengthens, your arm lengthens, and then you come back down. And then change your hands over, so your left hand holds onto your right foot, and begin to lengthen your leg up and then come down. Now with your left hand attached to your right foot and your right hand at your side, begin to gently rock forwards and backwards, and then come on up to sitting. Now, just for measurement's sake, go ahead and lie back down on your stomach. Put both of your feet up in the air, lean the soles of your feet against one another. Put your hands on your side as if you're going to do a push-up. And begin looking to your right and then looking to your left. Lifting your knee up off of the ground and going from side to side, and see if that's simpler, if it's easier, if your spine is softer and can bend more, if your chest can open up easier, if your breath is simpler, if your ribs can feel like they can bend and twist through your upper part of your back that was once stiff. Is it easier? And then lie on your back and rest. So enjoy this lesson. It's a great one for learning how to have a little bit more flexibility in your upper part of your spine, but to integrate your whole entire body from your lower legs all the way up through your head and your neck. So enjoy. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Take care.